Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on where you are in this world. This is Hejin Lee with a daily update on the S&P 500 index. Very little has changed, in fact, if you look at it from a more of a zoomed out perspective. The uptrend is still intact. There's a gap down today, but yeah, okay. Nothing goes up straight without a correction. And every minor correction, okay, is just a breather for the S&P 500 index to take before taking the next lunge upwards. So I remain bullish just because we've got a 200 point Dow decline today, and I don't know, what is it, S&P gaps down to 2777. Do I panic? No, because based on my analysis, we are on an impulse cycle up. We finished the needle and thread bullwhip event, and this is going to continue going up. I think wave 3 is not done yet. Wave 3 at 2831 should equal approximately, and I'm just eyeballing this, 1.618 of the wave 1 here. Okay, and then wave 3 should decline about 30% of wave 4, sorry, should decline 30%, 38%, 40% of wave 3, but that amount is not required. It could be a lot less than that, but that's the typical Fibonacci decline for wave 3. And I think wave 5 will close this gap. I'll put a circle on this. Make it yellow. I think this wave 5 will close the gap here. And usually, I mean, there's a saying that says that every gap is filled. Well, I guess one way or another that can be true, but on this upside, this gap will be filled because it'll cover it with this upside, ideally, I believe, to a new all-time high of 2882. I'm going to type that in, and let's see how that comes out in the next few days. I get emails every now and then saying, hey, this guy is calling for the S&P 500 to go to 1,000. Or, hey, this guy is calling. One of the greatest lessons that I've learned in my 20 plus years of doing this since 1997 is to never go on a guru buffet line. And also to try very hard to catch yourself from going on that guru buffet line, because basically what you end up with is giggle, garbage in, garbage out. You really want to learn how to do your own analysis. It'll take time, it'll take practice, it'll take mistakes, but once you become proficient at it, you'll become more confident in your own analysis, and you will maybe actually actively avoid looking at someone else's. Once someone offered me a very expensive newsletter, and I was very grateful. It was offering it for free to me, but I said basically thank you, no thank you, because of that exact reason. I would like to actively avoid analysis made by others. Now, every now and then, yes, I do a quick scan on YouTube, let's say. One analyst that I do read is Tom Lee on Fundstrat. And that's pretty much really the only person that I kind of take a look at. So anyways, back to this. I think the wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is still intact, well in progress. We're just looking at a very minor setback, and this big gap here will be filled. Let's look at the cycles again. We haven't seen that for a little while. Okay, so the cycles, again, if the period is right here, we have until, I think, the 20th of July before the 10-week cycle pulls it down. Okay? This is the green is 5 weeks, yellow is 10 weeks, blue is 20 weeks, and the white is 9 months in cycle. So I believe that by July 20th, we should be able to reach this point maybe, or the higher point of, what was the target that I gave? 28.82 up here. Because right now, 3 out of the 4 cycles are pulling the price up. And this, someone might call on candlesticks maybe a, what is it called? Evening star. I'm not a candlestick expert. So yes, from here, maybe this might be one, and we might decline all the way back to here, 27.25, back down to the lower trend line, but higher than where we started from, and that could be 1, 2, and then 3 will launch. There are many, many, many potentials and possibilities, but I think possible and probable are very different. There's big difference between the two. So is it possible that it can come down to 27, 23 and then go back up? Yes. Is it probable? It wouldn't be my primary count. It'll be one of my mid-level alternate counts. Okay? This may drive it down maybe to this support line. Okay? Maybe 27.39. And then it'll go up. So one way to use my cycles is kind of say, yeah, it's going moving up and down, it's going down, it's going up, but the cycles are pointing all up. So stay put. All right, I hope you found this to be helpful, and I look forward to your comments. Have a great day.